I am a substitute to stand in for my identical twin sister. The day she returned to the country, I was tossed out like a piece of garbage, left with nowhere to go. I had spent 2 hours meticulously doing my makeup, eagerly waiting for my boyfriend to take me to the Revolvine restaurant on the 118th floor of Central Tower to enjoy the night view and celebrate my 21st birthday. He had promised me this 6 months ago, but Lee Whiting never came to pick me up. Instead, his secretary Feng Xiangnan showed up with a check and a property deed. Miss Mo, Mr. Lee's girlfriend has returned ahead of schedule. Therefore, your agreement is terminated 2 weeks early. As per the original terms, this property now belongs to you. Your salary for this month, plus the compensation required by law for the termination of the employment contract, totals 200,000. From today onward, you have no further connection with Mr. Lee. Please refrain from any irrational actions that might cause him trouble. I took the check and the property deed, and Feng Xiangnan left, satisfied. That's right, I never had a boyfriend. Lee Whiting was never my boyfriend. He was my twin sister's boyfriend. 3 years ago my sister, Zhao Yufei, went abroad to study and left Lee Whiting behind. He missed her so desperately it drove him mad. At the same time, my mother fell seriously ill with kidney disease and urgently needed money for treatment. To make ends meet, I took a job as a hostess in a nightclub, selling drinks. On my very first day, as luck would have it, I ran into Lee Whiting. When he saw me, with a face identical to the one he adored, flirting and smiling seductively to persuade men to buy more drinks, his eyes widened in shock. He probably wanted to kill me on the spot, but I mistakenly thought it was love at first sight. That very night, he took me home, shattering my Cinderella dreams and forcing me to face the brutal reality. He hesitated between taking me to get plastic surgery or keeping me by his side as a living, breathing doll to ease his longing, never once considering what I might want. In the end, he unilaterally drafted an agreement for me to sign the substitute agreement. He offered me 500,000 to stay by his side as Zhao Yufei's substitute for 3 years, along with a monthly allowance of 50,000 and financial support for my university education. Mr. Lee, I'm her biological sister. Won't this be a problem? At the time, Lee Whiting gripped my chin so hard it hurt, making my hands tremble, but I didn't cry. Sister? You think you deserve that title? The Zhao family has only ever had one daughter. Don't you dare covet what isn't yours. His words were so familiar it was as if my own mother had possessed him. I couldn't help but laugh, but he clearly didn't appreciate it. He slapped me. Remember your place. Why did he hit me? I was just amused. My mother often pinched my ear and warned me. They are the Xiaos, and we are the Mos. Everything in the Zhao family has nothing to do with you. Don't you dare covet what belongs to your sister. When I was 6, my parents divorced. My mother took me with her and changed my surname to hers. My father took my sister and married a wealthy woman 6 years his senior, who weighed over 200 pounds. He doted on her and catered to her every whim. Just 4 years later, the woman he had pampered to over 300 pounds died of a heart attack. Overnight, my father became a wealthy man, and my sister became a pampered young lady. While she spent summers attending camps abroad, I earned 5 yuan a book writing homework for my classmates. While she attended extracurricular classes, I helped my mother sell pancakes after school. While she played the piano and competed in national competitions, I won first prize in a class talent show for drawing a perfect circle freehand, a skill honed from years of making pancakes. My mother was fiercely proud. Even when she fell ill with kidney disease, she'd rather see her daughter sell herself than accept a single penny from her ex-husband. I took Lee Whiting's 500,000 to pay for her medical treatment. As soon as she recovered slightly, the first thing she did was grab a broom and beat me savagely. How dare you go after your sister's boyfriend? How did I raise such a shameless creature? Oh, I thought Miss Mo was upset that her daughter had sold herself to pay for her treatment. Turns out, she just couldn't bear the thought of me touching her eldest daughter's man. Mum, how do you know Lee Whiting? How do you know he's Zhao Yufei's boyfriend? Slap. My mother struck me hard, then stumbled, nearly falling herself. I'm her mother. How could I not know about my own daughter? If you dare do anything to hurt your sister, I'll skin you alive. My mother adored my sister. I'd known that since I was 6. She took me with her, But night after night she'd hold me and cry, calling out for Fi-Fi. Just like Lee Whiting, who, when drunk, would hold me tenderly and whisper, Fi-Fi. Being Zhao Yufei's substitute was something I was familiar with. I was a professional, trained by my mother since I was 6. Lee Whiting was always afraid I'd forget my place, that I'd covet what wasn't mine. He needn't have worried. Little did he know that my mother was even more terrified than he was terrified that I might defile him, taint him, or ruin my sister's perfect match. Every time I went home, Ms. Mo would either hit or scold me. After venting her anger, she'd pinch my ear and repeat the same mantra over and over. I chose you back then and gave up your sister. I'll never be able to make it up to her in this lifetime. Don't think your sister has it better than you. What does money matter? A child without a mother is the most pitiful thing in this world. No amount of money or comfort can make up for that. She was only 6 when she left me. What I owe her, I'll never repay. Don't take what isn't yours. Mr. Lee will always love your sister, not you. Stop daydreaming. But I try to explain, Mom, I'm only with him to earn money for your treatment. I really don't like Lee Whiting, and I'll never take what belongs to Zhao Yufei. You don't have to worry. She never listened. Instead, she insisted on taking every penny Lee Whiting gave me every month, saying she was keeping it safe so I wouldn't misuse it. She didn't need an excuse. If it weren't for earning money to treat her illness, I would have stayed as far away from Lee Whiting as possible. For 3 years, Lee Whiting and I maintained clear boundaries. He never crossed the line. He wanted to remain faithful to my sister, and I found the idea of anything physical with my sister's boyfriend utterly repulsive. It worked out perfectly. Indeed, I envy my sister not for her luxurious life or countless riches, nor for Lee Whiting's obsessive devotion to her. What I envy is that she has both our parents' love in its entirety. Without having to pay any price, she simply gets to enjoy it. For my father, having her as his daughter was enough. He never once came to see me in over a decade. My mother, though not physically by her side, remains spiritually connected to her at all times. My mother knows every detail of my sister's life. Our home is never decorated with my awards. Instead, the walls are covered with beautiful photos of my sister from competitions, clipped from newspapers, magazines, and the internet. Our award ceremony photos are enlarged to cover half a wall, right beside my mother's bed, so she sees them first thing every morning. As for me, none of my achievements are worthy of appearing next to my sister's award photos. As a substitute, I've secretly read many substitute romance novels. But whenever I see the substitutes successfully replace the original, I'm always horrified. The only thing that truly captivates me is the huge breakup payment the substitutes receive when they re-kicked out. For the past 3 years, I've held on to this practical mindset, never developing the slightest affection for Lee Whiting. From beginning to end, it was always about the money. But when he kicked me out, Lee Whiting only gave me $200,000, $50,000 of which was my salary for this month. So, novels truly are just novels, they can never become reality. I actually held on to that fantasy all along. It seems I'm still not realistic enough. Fine, 200,000 is better than nothing. After all, over the years, my mother has taken all my money and saved it. Aside from her medical expenses, medication, and dialysis, there should still be quite a bit left. Over 3 years, including the initial 500,000 and today's 200,000, Lee Whiting gave me a total of 2.45 million. Not bad. It's a fortune I wouldn't even dare dream of. I decided to treat myself luxuriously. I would take my mother to the revolving restaurant on the 118th floor to enjoy the night view, celebrate my 21st birthday, and toast my newfound freedom. At the same time, I wanted to reassure my mother that I had returned Lee Whiting untouched to her eldest daughter. She no longer needed to watch me anxiously, worrying that I might steal him away. I quickly removed my makeup, changed my clothes, and put on a 30-yuan street vendor t-shirt and faded jeans to go see my mother. I could never wear the expensive clothes back home. The first time I did, my mother nearly beat me to death. Those things were merely props for me to play my sister in front of Lee Whiting. My mother feared that if I wore them too often, I'd lose myself. Don't think just because you wear your sister's clothes, you'll turn into a phoenix and forget who you are. How could you dare to steal from your own sister? Are you even human? My mother is strange. In her eyes, my sister is sometimes a pitiful little girl who lost her mother, and other times a proud, golden phoenix princess. Either way, she is always someone I can never aspire to or covet. But when I got home, no one was there. I called my mother. "Mum, where are you? Today is you're home. Mum has something very important to do today. I won't be back. Eat by yourself and don't wait for me." With that, she hung up. How could she not care about her own daughter's birthday? Aside from the past 3 years when Lee Whiting celebrated with me, my mother always made a big deal of my birthday. The cake always had 2 names on it: Zhao Yufei, Mo Yuli. She would look at me with tears in her eyes and say, "Fai, congratulations on growing another year older. Mom loves you. And Mom has always known how outstanding you are." Then, she would recount every activity Zhao Yufei participated in over the year, every new skill she learned, every award she won down to the smallest detail. I've never understood how my mother knows everything so clearly. "Come on, Yuli, make a wish. You must ask the heavens to bless my Fai, to keep her forever healthy and happy." Looking at my phone, I thought, maybe it's better this way. Without my mother, I won't have to share this birthday with Zhao Yufei. I won't have to make wishes for Zhao Yufei anymore. I went to the Revolvine restaurant in Central Tower alone. I had reserved a table for 2 over 2 months ago. As soon as I stepped out of the elevator, I saw a large, long table in the restaurant, bustling with people. My mother, my father, my sister, Lee Whiting, 2 older adults I didn't recognize, and Yan Lin. Yan Lin is Zhao Yufei's childhood friend, her eternal knight in shining armor. He treated me well because he hoped I would ruin the relationship between Lee Whiting and Zhao Yufei, giving him a chance. But I disappointed him. I don't like Lee Whiting. I like Yan Lin, because only Yan Lin has always known clearly that I am Mo Yuli. He never once called me Fai. Never looked at me with that disgusting gaze, searching for Zhao Yufei's shadow in my face. "Good evening, ma'am. Your reserved table is right this way." "Thank you." My hands trembled as I tried to stay calm. I was terrified someone might recognize me, but I was overthinking it. I followed the server past their table. No one recognized me because no one even glanced my way. Everyone's eyes were fixed solely on Zhao Yufei. This was the first time I saw Zhao Yufei in person, not in posters, photos, or videos. She is so beautiful. Her innocent, delicate face radiates confidence, unlike my mature, yet tinged with cautious timidity. My table was about 10 meters away from theirs, a small table for 2. I sat with my back to them, like a thief who had stolen something, carefully hiding myself away. My mother, Ms. Mo, the simple, stubborn woman who spent her whole life scolding and beating me for wearing nice clothes, saying I didn't deserve them, had actually gotten her hair done, put on makeup, and wore a dress worth tens of thousands today. Dressed like a noblewoman. The Revolvine restaurant is circular, moving slowly but constantly turning. I just wanted to look at the night view of the city outside, but the glass wall in front of me happened to reflect the people at the table behind me. I turned with them, circle after circle, watching all the scenery that passed outside their window, always maintaining the same distance from them. I heard every word of their conversation. I wasn't intentionally eavesdropping, but when people are joyful, their voices tend to carry. I saw them take turns giving Zhao Yufei gifts, wishing her a happy birthday. My mother also wished her a happy birthday, but unlike when she celebrated my birthday, she didn't keep mentioning her other daughter. How unfair. In the past, during my birthdays, her eyes were only on Fai. Even my wishes had to be made for Fai, because Fai wasn't there. Because as a mother, she couldn't celebrate her daughter's birthday. She felt she had let her Fai down. But today, I wasn't in front of her either. Would she ask Fai to make a wish for me? Zhao Yufei's cake had 3 layers. It was so beautiful. I had never seen such a gorgeous cake before. I guess there was definitely no name like mine on it. Before they lit the candles, I saw my mother take out her gift box, open it with great care, and then lift out a sparkling tiara, placing it on Zhao Yufei's head. Suddenly, I admired the courage of a mother's love. How dare she put a plastic trinket from a street stall on a little princess's head? Wasn't she afraid Zhao Yufei would find it tacky? Then I saw Zhao Yufei glance into the box, cover her mouth in disbelief, and exclaim, "Over 2 million? Mum, why would you give me such an expensive gift?" I laughed out loud. 2 million? More likely it didn't even cost 200. On my 7th birthday, I wanted to buy a bottle of bubble-blowing liquid, and my mother scolded me for 3 streets. When I was 13, I used the money I earned from doing homework for classmates to buy myself a small camisole, like the other girls. My mother called me a slut and said I was acting promiscuous before I'd even developed. She yanked so hard on the strap around my neck that she almost choked me to death. Mum wants to give you the best things in the world. As long as my daughter likes it, what does money matter? That was my mother's voice. So gentle. I thought she only knew how to scream and curse. Her words kept echoing in my mind, so gentle yet thunderous, reverberating endlessly in my head. So tender, yet they felt like they were shredding my insides. This wasn't my mother. I must have mistaken her for someone else, because my mother would only tell her own daughter that she didn't deserve things. The noble woman opposite them praised warmly. Madame Zhao truly has excellent taste. I saw this tiara in a magazine before it really suits Fi-Fi perfectly. I heard my mother, who had never once spared me even the simplest praise, say with immense pride and joy as she looked at Zhao Yufei, "The tiara is beautiful, but our Fi-Fi is even more beautiful." Mother and daughter embraced tightly, and the reflection in the glass wall nearly blinded me. So, it turns out there really are people in this world who get to wear real tiaras on their birthdays. Not paper ones, a real tiara, studded with diamonds. I wouldn't even dare dream of such a thing. And even more unimaginable, where did my mother, the frugal woman who would scold me for hours if I bought a 300 yuan dress, get over 2 million to buy a tiara for Zhao Yufei? They enjoyed their dinner happily. And then Li Whiting eagerly took Zhao Yufei off to the next activity. Reluctantly, they all parted ways, and me? Like a rat hiding in the sewers, like a thief cowering in a closet, I waited until they entered the elevator and disappeared from sight, before I dared to let out a sob. "Miss, are you okay? This cake is complimentary. I hope you like it." A server brought over a small cake and placed it on my table. As he turned to leave, I grabbed his hand. "Can you sit with me for a while? Please." "Of course. It's my honor." The first person in my life to stay with me at my request was a stranger I had just met. When someone finally sat across from me, I was already crying so hard I couldn't even open my eyes. I covered my face, desperately trying to stifle my sobs. This was a high-end restaurant. I couldn't disturb the other guests. I paid good money to be here. If I got thrown out, it would be an even bigger loss. I hadn't cried in so many years. 3 years ago, when I decided to earn money for my mother's treatment, I simply hardened my heart, gritted my teeth, and put on that revealing outfit with reddened eyes. I didn't cry. The server across from me sat quietly, keeping me company. When others glanced over, he politely apologized on my behalf and asked for their understanding. High-end restaurants are different, they're so refined. Even though I was making a scene, no one came to scold me. When I finally cried myself out and could hardly breathe, the server across from me stuck a candle into the small cake and lit it. "Happy birthday to this beautiful lady. The cake might be simple, but the sentiment is there. Make a wish. Make a wish?" For over a decade, my wishes have been repeating my mother's words. I pray to the heavens to protect Zhao Yufei, to keep her safe and happy. This year, no one was guiding me. I didn't know how to make a wish. I looked at the server. "Do you have a wish? I can make one for you." The young man smiled. "Yes, I do. I hope the lady sitting across from me right now will one day love others a little less and love herself a little more. Hope for less from others and plan more for herself." I asked him, "Is it that obvious?" He replied, "You two look exactly alike." I said, "No, we're different." "You can tell at a glance," he nodded. "Yes, you're different. It doesn't even take 3 seconds to see that you're two different people." Suddenly I laughed. Yes, Zhao Yufei and I are different. Both of us were celebrating our 21st birthday, but I looked like a mature version of her, as if I were 10 years older. Whether it was my skin or the expression in my eyes, I seemed older than my actual age, while she was innocent and carefree like a child. If that 2 million yuan tiara were placed on my head, people would definitely think it was fake. I stayed at the restaurant until closing time, spent over 3,000 yuan, and only ate that one small cake. When there were no more reflections of others on the glass, I could finally enjoy the dazzling night view of the city. After leaving the restaurant, I took a taxi to the lake. I had seen it from above earlier and wanted to cool off in the breeze, to clear my head. I walked down the steps, intending to sit in the hidden corner at the very bottom. But someone suddenly grabbed my arm. "Don't do anything reckless." I turned around. It was the server. He thought I was going to take my own life. "You followed me." "I'm sorry. I just thought you seemed unwell, and it's so late now." "I was worried about a young woman being in danger, so I came to check." "Thank you." I was truly touched. He was just a stranger. How could he show me so much kindness? "Today is your birthday. You should be happy." "Yes, you're right. I should be happy. Today was my 21st birthday. Not a single person called or texted me. Only this person in front of me wished me a happy birthday. How could I be unhappy in front of him?" "What's your name?" "Cheng Cheng. And yours?" "Mo Yuli. Your name is lovely, like a novel's heroine." "Theft." I sat on the steps, laughing until tears streamed down my face. I knew he was trying to cheer me up, but this was just too funny, really. If the world I lived in were a novel, Zhao Yufei would absolutely be the heroine. And me? I was just a substitute, nothing more. The heroine had returned, and my role as the substitute supporting character had already wrapped up. I was completely irrelevant. Cheng Cheng said, "You look beautiful when you smile." I glared at him. "Cheng Cheng, are you always this good at charming girls?" Cheng Cheng replied, "No, actually, I'm a bit introverted. I don't talk much." I burst into laughter again, unable to stop. Cheng Cheng laughed along with me. He sat down beside me, keeping about half a meter between us. "It's almost 1 o'clock. It's really dangerous for a young woman like you to be out alone. No matter what you're going through, putting your safety at risk is never the right choice. Go home." I looked at him, tears streaming from laughing so hard. He reached out and wiped them away, the same hand that had brought me the small cake and lit the candle for me. I asked him, "Did that tiara look beautiful?" Cheng Cheng replied, "It did, but it was more flashy than substantial." I laughed even harder. "The woman who gave her that tiara is my mother. She sold pancakes for 10 years, saved up a little money, then got kidney disease. She told me she spent it all. I sold myself to earn money for her treatment. 3 years. Do you know how much I earned in 3 years of selling myself? 2.45 million. That tiara cost over 2 million. I laughed hysterically, my face soaked with tears blown by the wind across the vast lake. By the end, my laughter faded into silence, leaving only a twisted grimace. My mother had money. She lied to me, saying she had none. She had been deceiving me all along. Why? To keep me trapped by Li Whiting's side, to prevent him from slipping away. Over 3 years, my mother had taken 2.25 million yuan from me, the money Li Whiting gave me. Was it possible that the tiara cost exactly 2.25 million? I didn't dare think about it anymore. The more I did, the more my life felt like a pathetic joke. I had no strength left to laugh. If only someone could laugh for me instead. But Cheng Cheng wasn't laughing. He looked at me, his eyes filled with a pity I couldn't understand. A stranger, was he actually feeling sorry for me? Cheng Cheng moved a little closer, reached out, and held me, letting me bury my face in his shoulder. He said, "What a waste. The money you worked so hard to earn should be in your own hands. With that money, you could walk away from them. Go wherever you want. Wouldn't that be better? Even if you were going to buy a tiara, you should have bought it for yourself to wear. Did you even make a wish today?" I did. What was it? I couldn't answer that question. I was too ashamed. Because my wish was, I hope someone in this world loves Mo Yuli. With Cheng Cheng watching, I got into a taxi and returned to the small apartment I shared with my mother. Standing at the door, I realized I hadn't brought my keys. I leaned against the door and sat outside the entire night. I didn't know what I was holding out for. I'm 21 years old, not 12. How could I be so childish, waiting for my mother to come home and open the door for me? Miss Mo never came back. For over a decade, she had pulled my ear and warned me, "If you dare go looking for that man surnamed Xiao, Don't ever come back and call me your mother. I obeyed. She was the only mother I had. How could I dare disobey? But what about her? Why didn't she come home tonight? When morning came, I returned to school for class as if nothing had happened. But I was truly free now. I no longer had to spend every spare moment as a caged songbird, waiting on Lee Whiting's whims. It felt wonderful. I found a part-time job through a classmate working at a convention center for a woman called Sister Yang. Sometimes I handed out flyers, sometimes greeted guests, sometimes worked as a car model. As long as I could earn money through honest work, I was willing to do anything. Until I ran into Lee Whiting again at an auto show. During a break backstage, he slapped me so hard I fell to the floor. How dare you use Fife's face for such cheap work? What, are you that desperate to find a new sugar daddy? Was the money I gave you not enough? I remembered the first time I met him 3 years ago he had slapped me hard then too. Back then, he had even wanted to take me for plastic surgery, because he couldn't stand me using Zhao Yufei's face to sell alcohol. I really wanted to tell him. It's just work. Why make it about status? But I didn't dare. I was afraid he would hit me again. My outfit was somewhat revealing, the skirt was short, and when I fell, the friction between my skin and the floor stung terribly. I raised my hand to cover the cheek he had struck. It burned. I hoped it wouldn't swell. I still had 4 more hours of work. Lee Whiting glared down at me, towering over me. Clearly, slapping me once wasn't enough to vent his anger at me for defiling Fife's face. His fury seemed intense enough to burn me alive, as if he might tear this face off me with his bare hands in the next moment. Even when I was with Lee Whiting, I had never exposed so much skin in front of him. I doubted Zhao Yufei would ever dress like this in front of him either. He loved Zhao Yufei so much, treasuring her like a pearl. For a moment, I almost understood his hatred and rage toward me. But this is my face. It's my own face. It's Mo Yuli's face. What about it? Just because I look like Zhao Yufei, am I not allowed to go out in public? Do I have to die? I looked up at Lee Whiting from where I sat on the floor. My high heels were too tall, and my ankle hurt from twisting when I fell. No one helped me up, I couldn't stand. Lee Whiting said, "No one told you to die. But at least live with some dignity. Do you have to be so cheap?" Theft. I really couldn't help laughing. Being a car model is a legitimate job. How is that cheap? What's cheap about it? I'm not letting anyone grope me or sitting in some other girl's boyfriend's lap selling smiles. This is the most dignified money I've ever earned. Really, brother-in-law, you have no idea how cheap I've been these past 3 years. Lee Whiting wanted to hit me again, his hand was already raised. But I was still sitting on the floor, too low for him to reach. He was too proud to bend his noble back to strike me. Good. You really are self-destructive and ungrateful. Words like that couldn't hurt me anymore. I looked at him, my expression unchanging. I knew how shameless and thick-skinned I must have seemed at that moment. Making him uncomfortable filled me with perverse satisfaction. But my triumph didn't last even a minute before it was shattered by a sweet, cooing voice. A ting. Zhao Yufei had arrived. I can't describe how I felt at that moment. If the floor hadn't been marble, I would have dug a hole to bury myself in. I took off my high heels, scrambled to my feet, and stood up straight. At the very least, I shouldn't be lying on the ground when she saw me. Lee Whiting turned abruptly, using his tall frame to block me. He didn't want me to dirty Zhao Yufei's eyes. His voice was filled with laughter, gentle and doting. "What are you doing here?" Zhao Yufei replied, "I saw the car I wanted to buy. Come help me decide." "Sure." Lee Whiting wrapped his arm around Zhao Yufei and walked away. After I had frantically and awkwardly picked myself up, trying to appear less pitiful and lowly in her presence, she never even saw me. Someone draped a coat over my shoulders. I turned, it was Cheng Cheng. "What a coincidence." Cheng Cheng said, "My co-worker dragged me here to see the auto show. I happened to see you." "Oh, right. I overheard your brother-in-law sending someone to talk to the organizers. You won't be going on stage anymore. They found someone else to replace you. Go change your clothes. The AC is strong, don't catch a cold." I tightened the coat around me. "Thank you. I'll wash it and return it to you." Cheng Cheng replied, "No need. It's just draped over you, it's not dirty. I limped away, head lowered. I could face Lee Whiting's gaze, but I didn't dare look at Cheng Cheng. He seemed like he wanted to help me, but in my current state, it was awkward for anyone to assist me. Still, he asked, "Do you need help?" "No, I'm fine." I changed my clothes and went to find Sister Yang. Sister Yang gave me 200 yuan for my 1 hour of work. She didn't know what had happened. Seeing my bruised cheek, the scrapes on my thigh and my twisted ankle, she looked genuinely apologetic. "I'm sorry. I was busy at another exhibition just now. I didn't look after you properly." I shook my head. "No, sister. You've got it wrong. This wasn't work-related, it was personal. I ran into someone with a grudge. I'm the one who caused trouble. Thankfully, someone stepped in so the work wasn't disrupted. I'll head out now." "All right. Get your ankle checked at the hospital. Don't neglect it." "Okay, I will." Cheng Cheng had been following me the whole time. When I nearly got knocked over by someone, he rushed over, caught me, and then picked me up. "You're already a strong young woman. Don't make things harder for yourself. If you keep walking like this, you won't be able to walk tomorrow." Cheng Cheng accompanied me to the hospital. I sat in the doctor's office while he ran around paying my medical bills up front. To repay him, I added him on WeChat. "Thank you. If I hadn't run into you today, I really would have had to crawl to the hospital." Cheng Cheng said, "Remember these 3 numbers, 110, 120, 119. No matter what happens, you don't have to crawl to the hospital." His serious tone made me laugh despite myself. "Do you need me to take you home?" "I'm not going home. I'm going back to school. I have class tomorrow." "You're still a student?" "Do I look that old?" Cheng Cheng shook his head. "No, I'm just happy for you. After you graduate, you'll find a good job and have a bright future." I should have been happy too, but my eyes stung. How could someone as good as Cheng Cheng exist in this world? Was he an angel? He carried me all the way to my dorm building and waited for my classmates to come down and help me. He even asked them not to forget about me during classes and to lend a hand. He acted as if he were caring for an old friend, as if we'd known each other for years. My classmates asked me who he was, so considerate and gentle. I didn't know how to answer that question. Who was he to me? Could he be someone to me? Lying in my dorm bed, I wanted to peek at Cheng Cheng's WeChat moments, curious about what kind of person he was and what his life was like. But as soon as I opened WeChat, I saw my mother had posted a new update with 2 photos. One showed her and that man surnamed Xiao remarrying. The other was a happy family portrait of the 3 of them reunited. The last time I saw my mother smile so brightly was over a year ago, watching a video of my sister playing the piano on stage abroad. My mother had many friends on WeChat, most of them uncles and aunties she used to set up stalls with. They would remind each other where the city inspectors were, where events were happening, what time they ended so they could earn a little extra, and who was running late so others could save a spot. There were vendors selling fried skewers, rujiamo, stinky tofu, ice jelly, spicy hot pot. My mother's post had over 40 likes and more than 70 comments, all filled with congratulations. My mother replied to every single one. Every word radiated excitement. Only one type of comment she ignored. "Little Lee looks so pretty all dressed up like a princess." My mother probably found those comments painful, but out of politeness, she didn't delete them. Her precious little princess being mistaken for someone as cheap as me. Ha! Zhao Yufei had probably never suffered such an insult in her life. I closed WeChat, forgetting to check Cheng Cheng's moments. I fell asleep, dreaming of Ms. Meng pulling my ear and saying, "They live their lives. We live ours. If you dare go looking for that man surnamed Zhao, don't come back, don't call me your mother." I had always stood firmly by my mother's side, but when she abandoned me to join them, she couldn't even be bothered to tell me. In this world, there were no longer them and us, only their family of 3 and me. Before the remarriage, my mother hadn't posted on WeChat for a long time. After the remarriage, she seemed to post 20 times a day, each one flaunting her happiness and fulfillment, as if she had never felt so proud and vindicated in her life. She wore luxury brands, went shopping with Zhao Yufei, their hands filled with shopping bags, laughing joyfully. She didn't seem to care about the money at all, probably. because the daughter by her side deserved all the finest things in the world. Miss Mo, didn't you say that even if you died of illness, you would never let me go looking for your ex-husband? Nor would you accept a single penny from him? I remember you said that 3 years ago. Did I remember wrong? I could no longer get work at the convention center, but the other girls I worked with still could. At first, I thought it was because of my sprained ankle, but after my foot healed, I went to find Sister Yang myself and found out the entire convention center had blacklisted me, Mo Yuli. How impressive. In all my years, this was the first time I'd ever been given such VIP treatment. Sister Yang said, I asked around for you. They said someone high up gave the order. No one is allowed to hire you here. The convention center doesn't dare offend him. They've notified everyone that if anyone hires you, they'll have to leave too. Mo Yuli, how did you manage to offend someone like that? I really wanted to laugh, but Sister Yang looked so upset that I felt I shouldn't. How did I offend him? The day I was born 20 years ago. I had already offended them. I had the exact same face as their precious little princess, and I lost the right to use my own face. This face of mine, it should have been born noble, carefree, innocent and radiant. This face shouldn't be caked with seductive makeup, shouldn't be shown to just anyone, shouldn't smile freely at others, shouldn't appear in dirty, lowly places. I should set up a shrine, tear off my own face, and enshrine it. Since I have the same face as Zhao Yufei, I should live on air and dew. I should eat incense ashes. Thank you, Sister Yang. I understand. Thanks for looking out for me before. Sorry for the trouble. I left the convention center. Later, from a classmate who still worked there, I learned that I hadn't been paid for my work as a car model that day. The 200 yuan went to the girl who was called in to replace me, fair enough. The 200 Sister Yang gave me came out of her own pocket because she felt sorry for me. I felt I owed her. This world is so pointless. I stood in front of the mirror, holding a razor blade. I stared at the face in the mirror, quite pretty, but it made me sick. I wanted to slice it, but I couldn't accept it. I wished I could use this face to do all the dirty, lowly things, but in the end, wouldn't I be the only one suffering? Why? Just why? 6 months after remarrying the man surnamed Xiao, my mother called me. That's when I remembered we hadn't been in touch for half a year. Mo Yili, I've talked to your dad and your sister. From now on, you'll come live with us. What about our old home? That place was rented. The lease expired over 4 months ago. Expired? Then what about our things? What valuable things could there be in that shabby little place? I told the landlord to throw out whatever needed tossing. I'll send you the address later. Mum, why didn't you tell me when the lease ended so I could go pack my things? What things do you need to pack? Why didn't you keep your own things organized? Don't think I don't know your brother-in-law already gave you an apartment. If you had anything valuable, you would have moved it there already. Did you think you could hide it from your mother by staying silent? Call me before you come. I'll meet you at the gate. The security here is strict, not just anyone can walk in. She hung up, and I rushed back to the old apartment like a madwoman. I knocked. A little boy answered. His mother quickly came over. Ning Ning, what did Mommy say? Don't open the door for strangers. The woman pushed the child inside and looked at me. Who are you looking for? Sorry, I used to rent this place. I wanted to know when you moved in. What happened to the things inside? When we moved in, there was only basic furniture. The landlord said the previous tenant didn't want anything else, no personal belongings. Maybe you should ask the landlord. Okay, thank you. I went to find the landlord. She told me, I called your mother. She said she didn't want anything, even the pancake cart. She told me to handle as I pleased. For the first time in my life, I learned that Ms. Mo could be so generous. I walked alone on the street, trying hard to remember what I was looking for. From age 6 to 18, I had lived there for nearly 12 years. I had a tin box containing all my honors, the awards I had nowhere to display, my perfect scored essays, little gifts from classmates, my graduation yearbook, group photos from my middle school and high school classes, all the real moments I had lived through, the memories and proof of my existence. All gone, not even ashes left. The only traces of my life now were the present and the props I used to mimic Xiao Yufei during those 3 years as a substitute, stored in the apartment Li Whiting gave me. Li Whiting truly loved Xiao Yufei obsessively, to the point of madness. I was just a caged songbird only visible in that apartment. I left no trace in his life that Xiao Yufei could ever see. Once he left that apartment, he was just the clean, a devoted man who had remained faithful to Zhao Yufei for over 3 years. Flawless. Suddenly, I didn't even know how to cry anymore. When I sank to the bottom of the lake, I thought, this is fine. Just like the proof that I ever existed, I'll disappear completely. No matter how wonderful the world might be, I didn't want to come back. But someone pulled me out. In the hospital, Cheng Cheng appeared before me. Sorry, last time at the hospital, I listed myself as your emergency contact. I couldn't look at him. I should be the one apologizing. Sorry for troubling you. Cheng Cheng shook his head. No, it's no trouble. How did you end up in the lake? I slipped. The sun made me dizzy. Cheng Cheng looked at me with a faint smile. Be more careful next time. When I was discharged, he gave me a parasol. Remember to bring this when you go out. Don't get dizzy from the sun again. Looking at the umbrella he handed me, I felt an indescribable emotion. Finally, there was something in this world that belonged solely to Mo Yuli. My mother called me many times, even angrily scolding me. Mo Yuli, can you stop acting up? Who are you putting on airs for? Do we need everyone to come invite you back? Go back. Fine, I'll go back then. I didn't call Ms. Mo in advance. I walked straight into that luxurious security guard-guarded high-end community. They even greeted me. Good morning, Miss Yao. Ha. I stood in front of the villa Ms. Mo had told me about and rang the doorbell. Xiao Yufei answered. She was stunned. Oh my god, is this some kind of prank? Who are you? How can you imitate me so well? You look exactly like me. I sat in the Zhao family's lavish, spacious living room. It took half an hour for Xiao Yufei to believe I wasn't a prankster imitating her. I really looked like this. I had imagined meeting my sister many times. I told myself I must confidently say to her, You're great, but I'm not bad either. But she just looked confused and innocent as she asked, Who are you? How do you look so much like me? Such a simple sentence felt like 1,000 cuts. Every year, every day of the past, she had been constantly present in my life. First, my mother always seeing her through my face. Always listing how wonderful and outstanding she was in front of me. Then, Li Whiting scolding me, hitting me, taking me home and nearly making me get plastic surgery. And finally, making me act as Xiao Yufei's substitute for 3 years. When she finally returned, my mother ignored me. Stopped mentioning her in front of me. I was free, I could just be Mo Yuli and live my own life. Then it was her again. Her boyfriend's single sentence got me banned from the entire convention center, costing me all work opportunities. Now every time I looked for a job, I'd wonder, was this job worthy of this face? Could I run into those people again? I was like a cockroach, a rat, avoiding all bright, glamorous places. Only in the sewers they'd never see could I breathe freely. Only there could I avoid being targeted again because of this face. She was in every second, every corner of my life. But she didn't know me. I was never in her life. Not even in her memory. She asked who I was. She asked, twins? Then are you my older sister? Yes, I looked much more mature than her. Anyone would think I was the older sister. My mom said she talked to you and your dad about me coming back. You didn't know? Zhao Yufei said, No, they never mentioned it. Maybe they wanted to surprise me, scare me a little. Sister, that's great. I always felt I should have a sibling. I remember playing with someone when I was little. But Dad said I imagined it, that I was an only child. All the kids I played with said I was alone. So I really do have a sister. Her friends were all from wealthy families after her dad married the rich woman. Those people had never seen me, so of course they didn't know she had a sibling. Sister, come quick. I want you to try on my clothes and jewelry. When Mom and Dad come back, let's see if they can tell us apart. I shook off Zhao Yufei's hand. She was genuinely happy, kind and innocent, laughing carefreely. But her clothes, her jewelry, those weren't things I could touch. Ms. Mo would beat me to death. What's wrong? I'm not your older sister. I'm your younger sister. Zhao Yufei's mouth fell open in shock. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Her flustered expression felt like the ultimate mockery to me. Who are you? How do you look so much like me? I'm sorry, I didn't know. I never imagined such simple words could hurt so much one day. Ms. Mo returned. Turns out she had gone out grocery shopping. She wanted to scold me for not calling, but with Zhao Yufei present, she held back. She put the groceries in the kitchen, pulled me into an empty guest room, and slapped me without explanation. I still didn't know why. You told me to come. If you changed your mind, I can leave. I told you to call me. Didn't you hear? You said you could come back and see your sister without warning. I couldn't help laughing. Then what should I have done? Go back to the gate and perform a ceremony? Kowtow to her? What's your tone? What kind of attitude is that? Mum, I didn't want to come here. You kept calling me. If you have nothing else, I'll leave. Wait. It's almost lunch. Stay and eat. Come help me in the kitchen. In the kitchen, she made me kill a fish but told Zhao Yufei not to come in, it might dirty her clothes. Why didn't you have it cleaned at the market? That wouldn't be fresh. Killing it right before cooking is freshest. Mum, before, we always bought the backstroke fish from the supermarket. The ones that just died. You said, just died. Still fresh and half the price. What do you mean? Why bring up the past? Blaming your mom for not giving you a good life. For not letting you enjoy luxuries. Did I ever starve you? After raising you this big, before you even repay me, you're keeping score? Hurry up and kill the fish. Clean the celery. Mum, I don't want to kill this fish. I didn't want to cover myself in blood, looking disheveled in Zhao Yufei's home. I didn't want to feel like a servant waiting on her in her own house. Ms. Mo yelled at me. Then do you want to eat or not? No. I'll head back to school. If you have something to say, call me. Mo Yuli. Ms. Mo roared, throwing the basin in her hands hard against the kitchen cabinet. It tipped over, spilling water everywhere, live shrimp jumping all over the floor. Your wings have hardened, huh? I can't order you around anymore. Zhao Yufei stood timidly at the kitchen door, softly asking, Mum, little sister, what's going on? I looked at Zhao Yufei and smiled. Your mum wants you to kill the fish, this one. With that, I reached into the basin, grabbed the live fish, and handed it to Zhao Yufei. The slippery fish struggled free and flopped toward Zhao Yufei. Zhao Yufei screamed, stumbling backward. Mo Yuli, are you trying to die? Miss Mo grabbed a rolling pin from the counter and swung it hard at my back. A dull thud. Zhao Yufei stared in disbelief, forgetting her fright from the live fish. I showed no expression. Pain like this meant nothing to me now. Keep hitting? If not, I'll leave. Zhao Yufei grabbed me. Mum, if you don't want to cook, let's hire Auntie Sue back. She cooked for us for so many years, I'm sure she'd come back. Ms. Mo looked at Zhao Yufei with an ingratiating smile. No, it's fine. Mom will cook. What's the point of hiring someone else? Before, Mom wasn't here. Now that I'm back, I'll cook for you every day. I wanted to vomit. I shook off Zhao Yufei and left quickly. I knew Ms. Mo probably wanted to hit me a few more times, that she had to maintain her loving mother image in front of Zhao Yufei. She was afraid her ugly side would scare the little princess. Zhao Yufei took my hand. Little sister, come with me. She pulled me to her room, truly like a princess's room, bright, gorgeous, and fragrant. Sit. Zhao Yufei made me sit on her bed, then brought over a first aid kit and sat behind me. Let me check, okay? Don't be nervous. I'll apply some medicine. Zhao Yufei lifted my shirt. I didn't stop her. She looked at my back for a moment, then asked, Does she hit you often? I asked her. How often counts as often? Zhao Yufei didn't say a word. On my back, a swollen red welt had been raised by the rolling pin Mrs. Mo used to strike me. For me, it was nothing. But Zhao Yufei's eyes reddened. She gently applied medicine, rubbing it in softly, and kept blowing on the spot with her mouth. Her hands were delicate and soft, without a single callus. After applying the medicine, she hugged me from behind. Little sister, please don't leave. Stay here from now on, okay? You can share my bed, and you can use anything of mine. Is that all right? Why? Because you're my sister. But I have nothing to share with you. I have nothing at all. Just stay and keep me company. Is that okay? I truly felt like a worthless person. I should stay far away from her, live and die without any connection. But when she hugged me, pleading tearfully for me to stay, I didn't have the strength to push her away and say no. All right, I'll stay. That's wonderful. I turned to look at her. You said you could share anything with me, right? Zhao Yufei nodded, like a fool who had never been deceived, cheated, or suffered a loss in her entire life. Great. That's perfect. Can I take a shower? Sure, go ahead. After you finish, I'll reapply the medicine for you. I showered in Zhao Yufei's room, picked out clothes I liked from her wardrobe, and put on her jewelry. There were no fakes on her vanity. The dazzling array of jewelry and diamonds were all real. She patiently reapplied the medicine for me and even handed me hand cream. Little sister, this cream works really well. Try it. Her hands were so tender that even the slightest pressure would turn them red. In contrast, mine were calloused and peeling from being soaked in water full of oil, salt and detergent for years. She pointed to a scar on the outer side of my left ankle. Sister, how did you get hurt here? I said, cut by a stone at the bottom of the lake. Zhao Yufei didn't ask about the other scars and marks on my body. Instead, she carefully helped me apply makeup, smiling as she said, my little sister is so pretty. I also smiled. Let's go show Mom, okay? Sure. Wearing Zhao Yufei's clothes and jewelry, I stood at the kitchen door. Mom, guess who I am? Mrs. Mo looked at me, her expression momentarily shocked, followed by suppressed anger, wanting to lash out, but not daring to. Theft, as expected of my own mother. You recognized me at a glance. This is my sister's clothes, jewelry, even her socks. Our feet are the same size too. My sister said that from now on, whatever she has, if I want it, she give it all to me. Right, sister? Zhao Yufei held my hand and nodded. Yes, what's mine is my sister's. I can give you anything. Thank you, sister. Mrs. Mo must be furious now because I dared to covet Zhao Yufei's things and even wore them. But she didn't dare lose her temper in front of Zhao Yufei. When she spoke, there was even a hint of humble pleading in her voice. Yuli, Fei has a simple nature. Don't bully her. I thought my smile at that moment must have sent shivers down my mother's spine. Like a witch bullying a princess. Okay, I understand, Mom. That evening, Li Whiting came to the Zhao family to pick up Zhao Yufei for dinner. When he saw me, it was as if he'd seen a ghost. Zhao Yufei happily ran over to him. Ting, this is my sister. I just found out I have a twin sister. Surprised, aren't you? I stood before the two of them. When Li Whiting looked at Zhao Yufei, his gaze was tender and doting. When he looked at me, it was filled with cold threats and killing intent. This was already the third time I clearly sensed that Li Whiting wanted me dead. Sister, this is my boyfriend, Li Whiting. I smiled slightly, unafraid. Hello, brother-in-law. Suddenly I felt a rush of satisfaction. The person who treated me like an aunt, manipulating me as he pleased, calling me lowly with a single word, slapping me with a single gesture, was now afraid of me. He was afraid I detailed Zhao Yufei what kind of chaste and pure garbage he really was. When Zhao Yufei wasn't around, he grabbed me by the throat. Watch your mouth. You can't afford the consequences of crossing me. Choked, nearly breathless, I still recklessly retorted. And what if I can't watch my mouth? Li Whiting frowned. Just came home. And you're already getting arrogant. Don't know your place. Even if you wear royal robes, you'll never look like a prince. Zhao Yufei came out after changing her clothes, and he flung me onto the sofa. His fingernails scraped my neck. I didn't know if it was bleeding, but it stung sharply. Little sister, are you sure you won't come with us? I coughed a few times before speaking. No, it'd be weird if we went together. You two go on your date. All right, we're off then. I'll come back early to keep you company. That evening, my parents took me out to eat at the Revolvine restaurant. Cheng Cheng saw me, his expression strange as if he wanted to recognize me but didn't dare. I went to the restroom and texted him, telling him it was indeed me. He sent back a horrified emoji. Yes, seeing me with my parents didn't bring confusion or happiness, only horror. I no longer liked this restaurant. no matter how beautiful or expensive it was. Whenever I saw the central tower from afar in this city, I could never forget my 21st birthday, nor the crown my mother bought for my sister with the 3 years of my indentured earnings. Did she already know she'd reconcile with my father back then? When did they reconnect? While sternly warning me to stay away from them. She was happily living as a loving family of 3 with them. I didn't understand. Truly, I didn't. I stayed in the restroom for over 10 minutes before going back out. The 3 of us ate expressionlessly, hardly speaking, and left right after the meal. That night, Zhao Yufei insisted I sleep with her. When she saw the marks on my neck, she was startled at first, then red-eyed as she applied medicine. She asked, "How did you hurt your neck?" I said, "Someone tried to strangle me. Their nails scratched it." With a serious expression, she asked, "Who? Who hurt you?" Seeing her look so sad and upset, as if she'd rush out the next second to avenge me, I suddenly burst into laughter. "Why are you so silly? Is this a TV drama? Who can just strangle someone like that?" I was joking. Zhao Yufei really liked me as her sister. She seemed to understand me better than anyone else in the world. What was this? Twin telepathy? Sometimes I'd also gaze at her, lost in thought, remembering how inseparable we were when we were little. But the moment I turned away, I'd see my father hesitant to speak, and my mother full of wariness. It was as if I were the big bad wolf, ready to bite my sister at any moment. Then I'd remember my mother's countless warnings, telling myself over and over that she and I were different, that we weren't really good sisters. I was cheap plastic. She was a dazzling diamond. It was just a coincidence that we looked somewhat alike at first glance. Anyone who looked at us for 3 seconds would see the difference. Cheng Cheng congratulated me on my family reunion. He said he wanted to meet my sister. This was the first time Cheng Cheng had actively made a request of me, even if it was posed as a joke. I agreed, but deep down I was uncomfortable. I was afraid that even Cheng Cheng would think Zhao Yufei was better than me. Cheng Cheng was gentle and considerate. He knew how to take care of people and make them happy. We had a meal together. He made Zhao Yufei laugh countless times, while I sat awkwardly on the side, like a stranger sharing the table. When we parted, the 2 of them naturally exchanged WeChat contacts. I was afraid, but also stubborn. I wanted to know if even Cheng Cheng, once he met Zhao Yufei, would never see me again. My mother treated me better and better, increasingly careful to please me. She had been my biological mother for 20 years, yet I felt like I was just getting to know her. She asked me what kind of clothes and shoes I liked, what dishes I enjoyed, where I wanted to go, and if I needed pocket money. If her eyes weren't so complex and restrained, if she could look at me with the same pure pride and love she showed, Zhao Yufei, I think I would truly feel happy. But at this moment I only felt uneasy. My father bought me an apartment. He didn't ask if I wanted it or what style I liked. He just bought it, and tossed the purchase contract to me like a piece of scrap paper. He also bought me a car, without even asking if I liked it or knew how to drive. In fact, I didn't. Zhao Yufei wanted to teach me to drive, but my mother firmly stopped her, saying it was too dangerous, and that I could learn later. My mother had been mentioning this word a lot lately. Dangerous. She often used danger as a reason to stop me from doing many things, even hoping I'd stay home and not go out. She also took me for a health checkup for my well-being. I was supposed to intern in my senior year of college, but they wouldn't let me. My father said, "Our family has a company. If your school needs anything, just go to the company to handle it." But Zhao Yufei could go wherever she wanted, play with whomever she pleased. Our parents never stopped her, only worried she wasn't having enough fun. 3 months after returning to this family, my parents begged me to save Zhao Yufei. It turned out she was sick. She had been diagnosed with nephritis years ago. Now it had progressed to chronic renal failure, and my kidney was the most suitable match for her. We were identical twins. My mother had even personally taken me to the hospital for tests. Not a regular checkup, but an advanced compatibility screening. Back then, Zhao Yufei's condition was far from requiring a kidney transplant. What was I? A pig raised for slaughter? Did they bring me home, buy me things, give me pocket money, just to raise me until the day Zhao Yufei needed a kidney? My father said, "Zhao Li, She is your biological sister, your only sister. Only you can save her. My mother said, this is what you should do anyway. How much does a kidney cost? Think about how much the Zhao family has given you these past few months. Don't be ungrateful. I finally understood what the look in my mother's eyes meant all those times she gave me money and things. It was the look of, you don't deserve this. She thought all of it was unnecessary, that there was no need to please me, that it was only right for me to give my kidney to Zhao Yufei. Just like when Li Whiting first saw me, he takes it for granted, believed he could make me get plastic surgery, or keep me by his side as a substitute to manipulate as he pleased, without ever needing to ask for my opinion. My father told me, it's not that we're forcing you to donate. Your mother and I both got tested for compatibility, but we weren't suitable. Especially your mother, she had nephritis a few years ago. What do you mean? Mom had nephritis. I knew my mother had kidney disease, a serious one. I had even taken care of her in the hospital until Li Whiting took me away and she forbade me from visiting. But had nephritis a few years ago meant she was already better. Wasn't nephritis different from renal failure? Didn't it require dialysis every month? My mother pulled me aside and said to my father, this child is stubborn. Let me talk to her properly. She took me to the room. She didn't dare say it in front of my father, not because he'd feel sorry for me, but because she was afraid he'd find out his future son-in-law Li Whiting had been tainted by me. Mom, what's going on with your nephritis? Yuli, I was wrong about this. A few years ago, when I was diagnosed with nephritis, I was too pessimistic and wanted to test if I could rely on you, so I made it sound more serious. Later, I wanted to tell you the truth, but you were all ready. Anyway, I'm better now. Don't worry. Mom, what about my money? You said you were saving it for me. Mrs. Mo's face instantly turned cold. What do you mean, your money? Have you no shame? That's your brother-in-law's money. Did you really think you could take it? What kind of person does that? So where is the money? If you didn't want me to take it, then give it to me. I'll return it to him. She relaxed a little. Don't worry, I've already taken care of it. Just don't bring it up again. I finally broke down, screaming hysterically at my mother for the first time. Mom, where is my money? I signed an indentured contract, acted as a substitute for my own sister, became a plaything for my brother-in-law. Where did the money I earned go? Slap one day, my face would grow calluses from all their slaps. Mo Yuli, have you no shame? How did I raise such a disgraceful wretch like you? I felt my hands and feet turn cold, my whole body trembling, but I still managed to laugh. So see? You shouldn't lie for no reason. Now, the retribution has fallen on your precious daughter. Mo Yuli, Mrs. Mo grabbed my hair, hitting me wildly. Your sister has been so good to you. She lets you use her clothes and jewelry whenever you want. How can you say such things? Mum, I remember you saying that no amount of money or nice things can compare to having your mother by your side. That those things are trivial. Why are you bringing them up again and again now? All these years, wasn't I by your side? It's because I chose you back then that I've owed your sister all these years. Let me tell you, I gave birth to you and raised you. You have to listen to me. Just wait for the hospital's notice. So that's why they were always afraid I'd be in danger. Always didn't want me to go out. It wasn't that they were afraid something would happen to me. They were afraid that if something happened to me, it would affect the kidney destined for Zhao Yufei inside me. In their eyes, it was as if Zhao Yufei had entrusted her spare part to me for safekeeping. If I didn't return it to her, I'd be an utterly wicked person, unworthy of being human. I called Cheng Cheng out and went back to that lake. If only you hadn't pulled me back then. If only the police hadn't saved me. Cheng Cheng cut my face and looked at me. You're still young, with a bright future ahead. Why do you always think this way? I have no future, Cheng Cheng. You do, as long as you want it. Cheng Cheng hugged me for the first time. We stood face to face, and his embrace was so warm. Cheng Cheng, I think I like you. Will you be my boyfriend? I said these words lightly, but I felt like I was about to die. I desperately needed to grasp onto something in this world, something that belonged to me. All right, but you have to live well for me. Don't make me a widowed young man sounds pitiful. I smiled through my tears. I was joking. Why do you always humor me like that? You already know. Don't you find it disgusting? Cheng Cheng held me tighter. Don't say that, Yuli. I've known you for a year. I know what kind of person you are. You haven't done anything wrong. I wouldn't be Cheng Cheng's girlfriend. I wasn't worthy of him. Someone as good as him. Why should he be tied to me? I hated my mother. Never before had I known so clearly that I hated her. Her one attempt to test if she could rely on me made me live a life worse than death for 3 years, turned me into a piece of trash, and made me feel filthy in front of the person I liked. I went home and washed myself in the bathroom for 2 hours. Zhao Yufei asked me, "Sister, what's wrong? Don't scrub so hard. Your skin is almost bleeding." I looked at her pure innocence, and suddenly felt overwhelmed with jealousy. I knew she was innocent. I knew she was good to me. But all the times I was bullied were because of her. And her kindness to me, wasn't it just for my kidney? Sis, I feel so dirty. Why? Were you bullied? Yes, bullied for a full 3 years. Touch me, hug me, whatever, 50,000 a month. It was the easiest job I ever had. The best price I ever sold myself for. Zhao Yufei hugged me, tighter even than Cheng Cheng had. She cried. What right did she have to cry in front of me? Sis, on your 21st birthday, did you receive a crown from Mom? Yes. Do you want it? I don't want it. I want you to wear it and show me. Okay? All right, I'll wear it for you. Zhao Yufei put on the crown in front of me again. It looked so beautiful. I couldn't help but laugh. Sis, you're so pretty. Do you know what money your mom used to buy this crown? What? My indentured money. 50,000 a month, over 2 million. Do the math. How many years it took to save up? I smiled brightly at Zhao Yufei. The lowest mud laughing like a victor. Like the world's greatest villain. Zhao Yufei's face was covered in tears. She knocked the crown off her head, threw it on the floor, covered her mouth. She wanted to vomit. I really wanted to tell her that the person who paid 50,000 a month for me was her boyfriend, to thoroughly disgust her, to thoroughly take revenge. But I couldn't say it. She wasn't at fault. She was my sister. She was sick. She had no idea what I'd been through. Sis, if you had known earlier that you had a sister, would you have saved me? I would have. I would have saved you. Zhao Yufei was lying to me. She wouldn't have saved me. She even wanted to take away the only warmth I had in this world. Behind my back, she was frequently meeting Cheng Cheng. I was really starting to fear her. I wanted to leave here, to leave this family forever. This wasn't my home. But just as I planned to leave, Yan Lin found me. I hadn't seen him in over a year. Since Zhao Yufei returned, he had no reason to see a fake like me. But today, he stood before me, handed me a bouquet of roses and said, "Yuli, I'm certain it's you I'm looking for. Can I take you out for a meal?" Yan Lin said he missed me a lot. He said he wanted to take me to the amusement park, because he remembered I once said I wanted to go. I went out with him, but I wasn't happy. I had truly thought I liked him once, but now he had become what I despised most. From the second he appeared before me, there was no me in his eyes. He stared at my face, seeing Zhao Yufei. He even emphasized that he was certain he wanted Yuli. So, I went out with him. I wanted to know what he was up to. Zhao Yufei was back. What game was he playing now? At the amusement park, Yan Lin took out a ring, knelt before me, and proposed. I almost laughed myself silly. "Young Master Yan, stop joking. Did you lose a dare?" He looked at me, deadly serious. "Yuli, I truly want to marry you. I'm willing to take care of you for the rest of your life. As long as you agree to donate a kidney to save Fi-Fi, I can give you anything you want. Okay?" I really wanted to slap him, but I didn't even have the strength to lift my hand. I once thought I liked him, but after not seeing him again, I hadn't thought of him much either. I realized he was just someone slightly special to me, simply because he knew I was me and didn't treat me as Zhao Yufei's substitute. I almost fell in love with him. My love was truly cheap, utterly worthless. I might as well have fallen in love with the uncle who sold skewers next to my mom. Not only did he never mistake me, he even praised Zhao Yufei on my mom's social media, thinking she was me, saying I looked like a princess. Yan Lin's gaze was too straightforward. filled with a sense of grievance and resolute sacrifice. He wanted to wrong himself by marrying a substitute like me, spending a lifetime looking at my face and reminiscing about someone else. After all, Xiao Yufei never loved him anyway. He could never have her. Marrying an identical fake was the next best thing, and it could save Xiao Yufei's life. Why not? How ridiculous. He imagined himself so noble, yet he was the one feeling wronged in front of me first. Yan Lin, is marrying you so valuable that I have to trade a kidney for it? Why are you so confident in front of me? Even my own parents pretended to be good people in front of me for 3 months. He coaxed me for 3 months before daring to ask. And you? After not seeing me for a year, you show up and propose. You think I like you? You think I come at your beck and call? In your eyes, am I that cheap? Yan Lin, what do you think you are? When I got home, Mrs. Mo was crying so hard she could hardly breathe. It turned out today was Xiao Yufei's first dialysis session. No wonder Yan Lin was willing to sacrifice himself. I went to the hospital to see her. I originally wanted to have a good chat with her, but then I saw Cheng Cheng coming out of her room. I couldn't take it. Xiao Yufei, why did you look for Cheng Cheng? What does your sickness have to do with him? He's my friend, not yours. Mom and Dad gave you everything. I don't care about anything from the Zhao family. I wouldn't even glance at Yan Lin or Li Whiting. I don't want your clothes anymore. I won't use your jewelry. I won't live in your house. Don't go to him. Don't steal my friend. I'm begging you. Little sister, don't call me that. Zhao Yufei, what sin did I commit in my past life? What on earth do I owe you? Zhao Yufei grabbed my hand. Listen to me. You've misunderstood Cheng Cheng. He loves you. He came for you. What are you talking about? Zhao Yufei handed me her phone. The chat records between her and Cheng Cheng. Every single sentence was truly for my sake. How did Cheng Cheng know about Zhao Yufei's kidney disease so early? How did he know, right after I came home, that my parents wanted my kidney? His asking me to introduce him to Zhao Yufei. His frequent meetings with her. It was all for me. He said, your mother had kidney disease and now you have it too. You're identical twins. It's highly likely she'll develop kidney disease in the future. Cutting out one of her kidneys now might kill her in the future. He found surveillance footage from the Revolvine restaurant and told Zhao Yufei. On her 21st birthday, she was sitting right behind you. Witness your mother using the money with my own eyes. Your boyfriend paid for her indentured servitude to buy you a crown and place it on your head herself. The day she returned to the Zhao family, your parents took her to the restaurant where I work. She went to the restroom and your parents openly discussed how to make her willingly donate a kidney to you. Even though, at that time, your condition wasn't nearly severe enough to require a transplant. He told Zhao Yufei. On the outer side of her left ankle, there's a scar that's now just a faint red line. It was from when she tried to drown herself in the lake before returning to the Zhao family. He told Zhao Yufei, your boyfriend, because she has the same face as you, forbade her from doing any public-facing work, forcing her to hand out flyers in a stuffy mascot costume at the amusement park and wash dishes in restaurants. He said, Zhao Yufei, I know you're innocent. I know you didn't bully her. You weren't personally involved in her suffering. But every insult, every hardship Yuli has endured in this life is because she's your sister and looks like you. Everyone who hurt her did so in the name of doing good for you. Please, I beg you, don't hurt her personally anymore. Aren't you twins? Don't twins have a psychic connection? When she was so sad she couldn't go on living, couldn't you feel it at all? Those people won't let her go. Your parents, your boyfriend to save you. They would force Yuli to death. Only you can save her. Only if you refuse to accept her donation. Otherwise they will tie her to the operating table even if they have to. I want to marry her. I want to have a child with her. I want her to have a happy, complete family, far away from all of you. But if a kidney is removed, she can never get pregnant in this lifetime. She can't become a mother, because that might kill her. Zhao Yufei, please, let us be together. Holding Zhao Yufei's phone, I cried in the hospital room like an idiot. Zhao Yufei hugged me, gently patting my back. Why are you crying? You found such a good person. He loves you so much. You should be happy. Don't misunderstand him. Don't be sad. You will be happy. You'll have children. You'll have a happy family. Little sister, I'm sorry. For all those things I didn't know about, I'm sorry. Don't worry. I'll be fine. Dad and Ting are both looking for a kidney source for me. Even if they can't find one, what does it matter? I've lived a life full of blessings. I'm your sister. I will protect you. Don't be afraid. I won't let them hurt you. Absolutely not. I think, in that moment, I completely reconciled with my sister. She didn't let me misunderstand Cheng Cheng, and she said she would protect me. That was enough for me to let go of all the barriers of the past decade. I started paying attention to news about kidney sources. I didn't mention leaving again, but they watched me even more closely, even forbidding me from going out to see Cheng Cheng. Xiao Yufei's condition was really getting worse, and a suitable transplant source had no news for a long time. I signed the voluntary donation agreement. Finally, they allowed me to go out. I wanted to see Cheng Cheng every day. Just one glance at him made me happy. Made me forget all my troubles. I once said I wanted to be his girlfriend, then said it was just a joke. But he had already taken it seriously. Cheng Cheng, if I were missing a kidney, would you still want me? Don't be like this, Yuli. Cheng Cheng hugged me and cried. It was the first time I saw him cry. He was afraid I would get sick too. And then, with only one kidney left, it would be a dead end for me. Actually, during those 3 years, nothing really happened between Li Whiting and me, because he wanted to stay chaste for my sister. Cheng Cheng, don't dislike me. That night, I didn't go home. I was with Cheng Cheng. My phone kept ringing. They were probably worried I'd run away. Worried sick. Around 10 a.m. the next day, we walked out of the hotel hand in hand. Going to register for marriage like this feels too rushed, like I'm not treating you right. At the very least, I should buy you a ring and propose first. All right. Then I'll go home first to get my household register. When I come back, you better have a surprise for me. Cheng Cheng lowered his head and kissed my forehead. His smile was so beautiful. I could remember that scene for a lifetime. We let go of each other's hands at the intersection. As I was crossing the street, a car that had been slowing down suddenly accelerated. Yuli. The sound of a car collision and a body hitting the ground filled my ears. Blood splattered across my face. Cheng Cheng's blood. I was wrong. I shouldn't have thought I could have any happiness. I shouldn't have harmed someone else. Why did you have to come over? Why did you have to push me away? How could I be worthy? Someone like me. How could I be worthy of you trading your life for mine, Cheng Cheng? In the hospital, Xiao Yufei was admiring the fresh flowers Li Whiting had just delivered that day, her eyes crinkling with happiness as she gazed at him, looking so beautiful and adorable. Is it true, Aiting? Will there be news about a kidney donor today? Yes, soon. Just wait a little longer, trust me. At the funeral home, I was tightly gripping Cheng Cheng's hand. This hand had once delivered cake for me, lit candles for me, wiped away my tears, held my hand, hugged me, cared for me, and given me countless moments of warmth. Now, it was ice cold. They had snatched my Cheng Cheng away, and when they returned him, it was just a handful of ashes. I had thought I had already experienced the greatest despair in this world. I thought I couldn't be any more heartbroken. I thought life couldn't be any bleaker. Turns out, it still could be. The driver who caused the accident surrendered himself. A man with a family, a 6-year-old son at home. He said he meant to hit the brake, but stepped on the wrong pedal. Impossible. He slowed down first, and that's when I stepped forward. He didn't step on the wrong pedal. He did it on purpose. I insisted the police investigate it as premeditated murder, and they actually found something. This man was a gambler, over 3 million in debt, being chased and threatened by loan sharks daily. That's why he took money to do the job, to end my life. Who? Who hired you? If you don't tell me, I'll kill your son. I must have looked utterly terrifying at that moment. Several police officers couldn't restrain me. You think I wouldn't? You killed my love. I could kill your whole family, then wait for you in hell. I scared him into tears, so he could cry too. Tears are such cheap things. Li Whiting had been in a terrible mood these past few days because he said the previous kidney match hadn't worked out. They still had to keep looking. He stayed by Zhao Yufei's bedside, watching her suffer. His eyes red with pain, wishing he could take her place. But he didn't try to persuade Zhao Yufei to accept my kidney. Ever since she personally said she would absolutely not accept my donation, he never mentioned it again. However, Madame Mo couldn't take it anymore. Zhao Yufei had already undergone dialysis over a dozen times. She was in real agony. Madame Mo wept bitterly in her hospital room, begging her to have the surgery, begging her to take my kidney. Zhao Yufei smiled at her, her voice still gentle. Mum, do you know why I won't accept my sister's kidney? To punish you. Because you're not a good mother. You're disgusting. How could you put that crown on my head? Do you think you were being generous? Noble? You deceived her. She's your own flesh and blood. You didn't need her to make money, yet you watched her step right into hell. You were afraid she'd climb back out on her own. You deceived her for 3 whole years. How could you bear it? What is your heart made of? My sister couldn't punish you in this lifetime, but I can. I want to get justice for her. I haven't wanted to live for a long time. But as long as I live one more day, I can see you cry, see you suffer. You deserve to suffer, Mom. Why shouldn't you? I heard you always used to say you owed me. Well, keep owing. You owe me even more now. It's because of you I don't want to live. I'm ashamed to live. You made me feel unworthy of living. See? There really is retribution in this world. You used kidney disease and dialysis to trick her. Now it's all come true. The retribution has landed on me. It's all your fault. All of it. No, Fi. You've misunderstood me, Fi. Everything I did was for you. Madame Mo didn't know that those very words, for you, were what truly broke Zhao Yufei's heart. You were abroad at the time. I just thought with her around, President Li wouldn't forget you. I was keeping an eye on her for you. She wouldn't dare do anything to betray you. President Li only loves you. Really, only you. Zhao Yufei found it sickening and ridiculous. You think I care? A love that requires sacrificing my own sister to maintain. Is that even love? What is it? What gives you people the right? Why do you always hurt my sister in my name? Why does doing what's good for me have to mean making things bad for my sister? Why? It's because of you all that things turned out this way. It's because of you that she doesn't want to see me. Am I supposed to thank you? You're all lunatics. No, Fi. She's not coming because her boyfriend died. Mom, what are you saying? Her boyfriend was an orphan, no one to claim the body. She's been at the funeral home these past few days. Fi. Doctor, I don't know how long Cheng has been gone. It's like I died with him. I've been holed up at home, not going out. All that's left between us now is an umbrella. My dad pushed open my door. Your sister collapsed. She's being resuscitated at the hospital. Do you want to go see her? I got out of bed, my steps feeling like I was walking on clouds. As I passed him, he grabbed my wrist, so tightly it felt like he might break it. Yuli, have a good talk with her. She won't accept your donation. Only you can persuade her. Don't worry. Just save your sister, and Dad will give you anything. I don't want anything bad to happen to you either, really. I looked at this man before me, aged and powerless. Dad, I'm your daughter too. Why don't you like me? He looked at me, his eyes full of contempt. Even now, you're still competing with your sister over these things. You left home when you were 6. We had no contact for over 10 years. Your sister, I raised her myself. The palm and the back of the hand are both flesh. It's not that Dad doesn't love you, but your sister ... I brought her up with my own hands. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling me. Don't worry, I'm not competing. Favoritism isn't something you can fight for. My dad, because he raised my sister himself, loves her more. My mom, because she didn't raise my sister, feels she owes her. It's perfectly logical. Not a problem at all. Clean yourself up. Your sister is suffering enough. Don't go see her looking like a ghost, upsetting her even more. Didn't see you this sad when your own family member got sick, but you're all broken up over some outsider dying. Dad, Cheng wasn't an outsider. We agreed to get married. Married? Since when do you decide that? Do you think your parents are dead? No upbringing? I had no strength to argue, nor did I want to argue about Cheng Cheng with anyone. I was going to marry him. What did their approval matter? When I arrived at the hospital, my mom, Li Whiting, and Yan Lin were all there. My sister was really happy to see me, but her smile faded before it fully bloomed. She cautiously took my hand, asked me to sit by the bed. Little sister ... double quotes, she couldn't speak. She hugged me, but she was too weak. Barely any strength in her embrace. What happened? When the car came, he pushed me out of the way. Zhao Yufei's tears fell in big drops as if talking to herself. Why did this have to happen? The driver was in debt. Someone paid him to take my life. I really can't understand it. Is my life worth over 3 million? Who wants me? What do they want my life for? In this lifetime, what great offense could I have possibly given? Someone that rich? I looked at Zhao Yufei. I saw my reflection in her eyes, and my expression suddenly turned cold. The richest people I've ever known in my life were all in that hospital room. The only one capable of hiring a killer to take my life was one person. I had already signed the voluntary donation agreement. But Zhao Yufei refused. If I died, she'd have to accept it, wouldn't she? Zhao Yufei ... was all this really about? I saw my reflection in her pupils full of fear and disbelief. Large teardrops rolling down my chin and dripping onto her hand. I thought I had already cried all my tears dry. Sis, you know what? I asked him if he'd still want me if I only had one kidney. He said yes. We agreed. We were going to get our marriage license that day. He went to buy the ring. I went home to get the household register. We agreed. He would stay with me always. We would invite you to our wedding, but now I regret it. I have no wedding for you to attend. My kidney ... I'm not giving it to you. Sis, let's just both not have a happy ending, okay? Zhao Yufei looked at me and nodded with a smile. It was the first time I'd seen her smile so ugly, as if she had 1,000 things to say but couldn't utter a single word. I left the hospital and walked along the long street. Cars streamed by, but no one had anything to do with me. At the crossroads, when that car with its high beams on sped toward me, I closed my eyes. I thought, this is fine. I can go see my love so quickly. Zhao Yufei will be saved too. Everyone will be happy. What a perfect happy ending. But that car didn't hit me. Just 2 meters away from me, it was hit by another car. The car flipped over and over at high speed on the road. Shattered parts flying everywhere. Yet not a single piece touched me. The car that hit it was a police car. Its front was smashed, the officer's airbag had deployed. Quick, call an ambulance. Comrade, are you all right? Are you hurt? It wasn't until the police pulled me to the roadside that I came back to my senses. The driver who tried to hit me was my father. The police extracted his dashcam footage. Before hitting me, he was talking to himself frantically in the car. You forced me to do this. My Fi-Fi can't be in danger. You have 2 kidneys, why won't you save her? Why are you so selfish? You deserve to die. Don't blame me, you forced me. There was even another clip from a few days earlier. My dad hitting my mom in the car. He said, if Mo Yuli doesn't donate a kidney to my Fi-Fi, I'll divorce you immediately. You and your daughter get out of the Shao family and never let me see you again. So, when my mom remarried my dad, she brought a dowry. That dowry was my kidney. That was so early on. Maybe Zhao Yufei had just been diagnosed with nephritis again. Truly, if parents love their children, they plan deeply for them. So very deeply. Grasping my mom first, then tricking me home when they needed me. For a parent-child relationship, this was probably the greatest effort this couple ever expended for their daughter in their entire lives. I suddenly remembered, before I went to the hospital, my dad said, I don't want anything bad to happen to you either, really. I thought it was a word of concern. Turns out, it was a warning. I stopped using his surname long ago. In his eyes, I'm not his daughter. When I told Zhao Yufei I wouldn't donate my kidney to her, that neither of us would have a happy ending, those words must have felt like a knife twisting in his heart, driving him mad with pain, making him chase after me recklessly. That man surnamed Zhao died on the spot. The dashcam proved he was attempting murder. Plus, the situation was critical. a split-second decision. Other than hitting the car, there was no way to stop him. The officer who hit him acted with merit. No fault. When my mom came out of the funeral home, the look she gave me was filled with deep fear. I think she must have been wondering why my worthless life was so tenacious, why it was never me who died. Zhao Yufei didn't know about our father's death. For her health's sake, we had to keep it from her. I stayed at the hospital with her every day. There was a bed for me next to hers. We talked, like when we were kids. We shared happy and embarrassing moments from our lives. Calm and peaceful, as if nothing had ever happened. Zhao Yufei held my hand and said, "Little sister, you have to be happy. He'll be watching over you from heaven. Be happy for us. In the future, if you miss me, just look in the mirror. As long as you live well, I'm well." I turned to look at her. "Sis, you'll get better. You definitely will." I fell asleep beside her. No one noticed the fruit knife she had hidden under her pillow. I was already preparing for the surgery, but because my health wasn't good, I had to follow the doctor's orders to recuperate. All indicators needed to meet the standards. I might hate many people, but I didn't hate her. I was afraid of losing her. If I didn't have my sister anymore, truly, no one in this world would love me. Li Whiting happily told her, "Fei, we found a kidney donor. Rest well, we can arrange the transplant soon. You'll get better." Zhao Yufei looked at him. "Ting, let's not have the surgery, okay? I'm so scared of the pain. I don't want to suffer." Fei, you have to be brave. You still have your parents, you have me. For us, be strong, okay? Everything will get better. We have so many things we haven't done yet. We'll get married, have our own children, grow old together, be together for a lifetime. You are the only Mrs. Li Whiting, have ever acknowledged in my life. You are not allowed to be in trouble." Zhao Yufei smiled at him, as if making a final confirmation. "Do we really have to have the surgery?" Li Whiting, "It's all arranged. You don't have to worry about anything. It's just a few hours of sleep. When you wake up, everything will be better. We will definitely be happy forever. Ting, I want you to hold me." Li Whiting tightly embraced Zhao Yufei. Zhao Yufei freed her right hand, but instead of hugging him back, she pulled out the fruit knife from under the pillow. She stabbed it hard into the side of Li Whiting's neck, the entire blade sinking in, using all her strength. Using the force of Li Whiting pushing her hand away, she pulled the knife out. Blood gushed, covering the bed. Li Whiting tried to call for help but couldn't make a sound. He covered his neck, trying to leave, but Zhao Yufei held on to him. "Why can't you just leave my sister alone, Li Whiting? Even now, you won't let her go. My sister and I could have been fine. It's all your fault. How could you be so disgusting? What right did you have to bully my sister? To hit her? To scold her? Do you think you're some noble person? The most shameful thing she ever did in her life was spending 3 years with you. You made her feel dirty, feel unworthy of love. She finally found happiness with Cheng, and you destroyed them. What right do you have to want happiness? What right did you have to hire a killer to murder my sister? Who do you think you are, Li Whiting? Don't you know you have to pay with your life for murder? You think saying, 'It's for my good,' gives you the right to bully my sister like that? You don't love me at all. You're just sick. What sin did I, Zhao Yufei, commit in a past life to meet a lunatic like you? As long as you're alive, you'll always be my sister's nightmare. You'll hurt her. I won't allow you to harm her again. You've bullied her enough. No more bullying my sister. Since you love me so much, since you can't live without me, then die with me, Li Whiting. This should have happened long ago. We should have died long ago. Before you hurt my sister and Cheng, I should have killed you. You perverted devil. Murderer. Let's die together. That way, we can still be together for a lifetime, right? Next life. Let's never meet again." It was Yan Lin who discovered Zhao Yufei and Li Whiting. He pushed open the hospital room door and saw blood all over the bed and floor. Zhao Yufei had used the same knife to take her own life. She was already weak. She stabbed herself in the heart, afraid there would be any chance of her going to the operating table. Madame Mo went crazy, hugging Zhao Yufei's body, wailing, then punching and kicking me, cursing with the most venomous words in the world. I couldn't feel the pain, nor could I hear a single word. I pushed Li Whiting's body far away. Zhao Yufei was covered in blood. I wanted to clean her up. After that, I never saw Yan Lin again. Once Li Whiting died, his relatives fought over the assets like animals, brawling at his funeral. He had been too ruthless when alive, so no one wept at his funeral. The entire Li family fell apart. That man surnamed Zhao had made a will before remarrying my mum. All his property was to be inherited by Zhao Yufei. Zhao Yufei also made a will. Everything she had went to Mo Yuli. I went home, saw the kitchen, and remembered the first time I met her. I asked her to kill a fish and she screamed in fright. My sister was someone who didn't even dare kill a fish. If only I hadn't misunderstood her. If only I had known she loved me sooner. Madame Mo went mad for a while, stayed in a sanatorium for 2 months, then came back. I had just finished handing over my company work, dealt with some personal assets, sold some shares. Now I only hold 20% of the shares, not involved in management, just receiving dividends. As soon as Madame Mo returned, she tried to hit me, her face fierce. But this time, I steadily caught her arm, pushed her back. She almost fell. You dare fight back? Who allowed you to sell so many houses? What are you trying to do? The family's assets aren't yours alone. I did sell several properties, most of which I inherited from my sister. Only this villa, the place where Zhao Yufei grew up, I didn't sell. Mum, according to my sister's will, everything in this house is mine. It has nothing to do with you. You bitch. I knew you had ulterior motives. I knew you coveted the Zhao family's things. I knew you wanted to take everything. Don't even think about it. Where's the money? The money from selling the houses. Give it back to me. Mum, I used to think you loved my sister specially. I was even jealous. But now, I realize you only love yourself. You kept telling me not to look for my dad, not to covet the Zhao family. Because you were saying it for others to hear, to hide your own dirty desire to come back and be a rich wife. You spied on my sister's life like a pervert because you wanted to please her. You were afraid she'd forget you. Hoped she'd be filial later. Bring you back to enjoy the good life. Fulfill your dream of being a rich wife. You and my dad jointly schemed against that wealthy auntie. You didn't expect my dad would scheme against you two. Got the inheritance but wasn't willing to remarry you. You hated him, so you took your hatred for him out on me. Kept warning me he wasn't my dad. I had no dad, deceiving yourself that you didn't want him. All of this is so pointless. This villa, I kept it for my sister. I don't know what you might do living here. I don't want you touching her things. So you can't live here anymore. This is your retirement money. Take it. I handed her a box. She must have recognized it. She knew what was inside. A genuine diamond tiara, over 2 million. Enough for her to live comfortably in her old age. I had my dad buried with that rich auntie. My mom fought me desperately, but she couldn't stop me. Mom, you know very well how attentive and loving my dad was to that auntie. He never served or cajoled you like that in his life. If it weren't for my sister, he wouldn't have remarried you. How could he be willing to be buried with you? Wake up. This is what my dad owed that auntie. In his next life, he'll have to be her servant. I locked the villa's main door. I wanted to go see the place where my sister studied abroad. To see the customs and maple leaves fill the sky she once described to me. Before boarding the plane, Madame Mo called me, saying her nephritis had relapsed, asking me to go to the hospital to see her. I won't go. She should bear the consequences for the lies she once told. On the plane, I gently placed my palm on my abdomen. In the reflection of the window, through myself, I was looking at Zhao Yufei's shadow. Never have I been so grateful that she and I looked exactly alike. That day, Cheng Cheng held me. He said, I should have thought of it sooner. I should have gotten you pregnant. With a child, they couldn't send you to the operating table. I knew he was just saying something wayward in anger, but I still agreed not to take any precautions, giving him a false hope. Who knew that hope would be the gift he gave me? Thank you, Cheng Cheng. Even though you've returned to heaven, you sent another angel to watch over me. For the rest of my life, I will always have a guardian umbrella, unafraid of wind, rain, or scorching sun. The end.